You're watching Inside Durango TV Sports with Jordan Alexander, your source for information about sporting events in Southwest Colorado.
Hello and welcome to Inside Durango Sports. I'm Jordan Alexander. This week we'll see who Durango predicts to win Super Bowl 48. Chapman Hill played host to a weekend of freestyle skiing. Fort Lewis basketball shared mixed fortunes against Colorado Christian and Colorado School of Mines. And of course we'll highlight our two Skyhawks of the week. The Super Bowl is just around the corner. February the 7th marks the 48th Super Bowl, this year at MetLife Stadium. Our Denver Broncos face tough opposition in the form of Seattle Seahawks. Both teams will begin America's most prestigious sporting event with records of 13 wins and 3 losses, but only one can emerge victorious. I asked Fort Lewis College's football coaching staff who they thought would win the game, and their answers were hardly surprising. Head coach John L. Smith backed the Broncos to win. He said the Seahawks are supposed to be great on defense, but Manning and the Broncos will have some answers. He further added that the Seahawks were lucky to win last week and described Seahawks corner Richie Sherman as behaving like a total jerk. For those who missed Sherman's outburst on live TV, I recommend you check it out. Quite astonishing. Fort Lewis offensive coordinator David Brown had a tougher time with the decision, because he worked with 4 of the players during his tenure at Nevada and Portland State. Because 3 of his former students are on the Broncos roster, he chose Denver. Defensive line and strength conditioning coach Joe Morris said he believes that the 2 weeks preparation ahead of the Super Bowl gives the Broncos the advantage. He said if you give a guy like Peyton Manning that kind of time to prepare, it will be very difficult to stop him. He also questioned if Seattle's usual man-to-man defense can hold up against Denver's high-powered passing attack. Athletic director Gary Hunter again went with the Broncos, saying that their great quarterback will outlast and outthink Seattle's defense. But I wasn't finished there. Next up on my agenda was the mayor of Durango, Dick White. Mr. White said it's going to be a great game. Broncos have the number 1 offense, but can Seattle's defense stop them? City Councillor Keith Brandt left out the nuts and bolts, simply saying, Broncos. I hate the Seahawks, he told me. And as for myself, I'm going to jump on the bandwagon and go with Denver. Offense over defense. It doesn't matter how strong of a wall you put up, persistent bombardment will eventually see it crumble. So I make it 7-0 Broncos. A slightly one-sided favourite to Denver, but what can you expect living in Broncos country? If there is a Seahawk fan out there, jump on our Facebook page at Inside Durango TV and sing your team's praises loud and proud. Nothing like bashing your opponent's team before the game. And if you're having or attending a Super Bowl party, post your pictures on our page and we'll show you the best ones on next week's show. Again, that's Inside Durango TV for the Facebook page. This past weekend, Aspen, Colorado was the venue for the 2014 X Games. For those who couldn't get to the event, Durango's very own Chapman Hill played host to a little X Games of its own. The USSA Durango Orthopedic Spine Colorado Open kicked off at 11 a.m. on Saturday the 25th of January, having previously stopped off in Aspen. The freestyle mogul competition paid a visit to our humble city, and Durango didn't disappoint. 36 skiers as young as 9 and as old as 20 travelled from Vail, Steamboat, Aspen, Telluride, Winter Park, Breckenridge, and even one lone athlete from Santa Fe, New Mexico, to take part in the 2-day event. While Chapman Hill doesn't boast the same prestige as other regional locations, it still poses a significant challenge for competitors. Speaking moments before the event began, Kirk Rawls, program director for the Purgatory freestyle team, said that Chapman is actually one of the steepest courses in Colorado. In fact, the top section of the slope is a frightening 34 degrees. He added that the course is unique with its location in the middle of town as opposed to the picturesque ski resorts where athletes usually ski. Athletes navigated their way through a maze of moguls accurately, but still with enough speed to gain big air off the kicker at the bottom of the slope. The big air jump was a chance to show off a bit of creative flair, and tricks range from 360-degree twists to full backflips. Judges scored each run from a combination of factors: 50% from their technique through the quick turns, 25% on aerial tricks, and the final 25% of scoring was decided by the speed of their total run. Anne-Marie Jadlowski, a parent from Telluride, said that her daughter, Ava, enjoys the challenge Chapman offers, as the first 6 or 7 bumps are probably the hardest among the entire Rocky Mountain courses. She added that popping up off that big jump with such speed makes you feel like a rock star. The winner of the female category was Olivia Giasio, representing Vail. The judges scored her performance with a 19.95. Matthew Leeser secured a double scoop for Vail, leading the male field with a 20.01 score. The next stop on the mogul schedule will be Breckenridge for the Rocky Mountain Qualifier Series on the 8th and 9th of February. 27 turnovers cost the Fort Lewis College women's basketball team the victory against Colorado Christian University on Friday night. The Skyhawks lost by 1 point, which could have been avoided if just one of those turnovers was kept in Fort Lewis' hands. Last weekend, Fort Lewis gave away 32 points from turnovers, something they need to rectify quickly before it plagues any more results. Colorado Christian Cougars were outshot and out-rebounded on the night. The Cougars posted a 36.9 shooting percentage and pulled down 36 rebounds in comparison. The Skyhawks shot 40.7% from the field and reclaimed 48 rebounds. Again, the three Skyhawk seniors posted high numbers. Erica Richards led both teams with 22 points, Christy Gross scored a double-double with 14 points and 13 rebounds, and last week's Skyhawk of the Week, Ashley Kutcher, added 11 points of her own. Fortunately, turnovers weren't an issue the following night, as Fort Lewis crushed Colorado School of Mines 75-60. Four Skyhawks scored double digits, with Kylie Magazzini joining Richards, Groh and Kutcher to share 59 points between them. The Ore Diggers were held to a low shooting percentage of just 37.7% in the game. Then at one point the Skyhawks led by 19 points. The split weekend puts Fort Lewis at 10 wins and 7 losses for the season. The Fort Lewis College men's team shared in the same fortune as the Lady Hawks, splitting the weekend with a win and a loss. Friday night saw Alex Herrera pick up from where he left off last week by recording his 7th double-double of the season. His 24 points and 12 rebounds led the way for a tight 87-82 win over Colorado Christian University. Senior Nick Tomsic contributed with 20 points of his own, making 9 out of his 11 free throws. The game was tied 12 times before Fort Lewis took the lead through Herrera and never relinquished it. 11th ranked Colorado School of Mines were the Skyhawks men's second opponent of the weekend. The Ore Diggers offense proved too hot as 6 players, including the 5 starters, scored double digits. An inspired first half saw Fort Lewis stay within 2 points, but a second half shooting percentage of 35.5% ultimately allowed Mines to run away with the victory. Both Fort Lewis teams continue with Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference action on Saturday the 1st of February. The Skyhawks face Adams State Grizzlies in their lone match of the weekend. The women tip off at 1 p.m. in Wayland Gymnasium, with the men following at 3 p.m. And don't forget to grab your augmented reality playing cards that will be available at Skyhawk home games. Another week of athletic competition can only mean one thing: 2 more Skyhawks of the week. The Fort Lewis College Athletic Department announced that their most prolific performers would receive the award. This week, 2 Skyhawk seniors took centre stage. Wes McKenzie's average of 9 points per game gave him the edge to be chosen as the male award winner. The senior from Colorado Springs added averages of 2.5 assists and 2 rebounds to end the Skyhawks split weekend. The majority of his stats came in the loss to Colorado School of Mines, where he posted 15 of his 18 points and all 4 rebounds. The award marks McKenzie's second career Skyhawk of the Week, after he transferred from Otero Junior College. Interestingly, his previous award came on the week of January 28, 2013, the exact same week as this one. January has certainly proved a good month for Wes McKenzie. Number 42, Christy Groh, receives her second Skyhawk of the Week award of the season as a result of her high-powered scoring and rebounding games. Groh averaged a double-double consisting of 31 points and 21 rebounds between the win against Colorado Mines and the loss to Colorado Christian. A starter for Fort Lewis, Groh shot 57.9% from the field and 75% from the free throw line. Congratulations to our Skyhawks of the Week, Wes McKenzie and Christy Groh. That's all we have time for this week. Have a great Super Bowl weekend, and don't forget to share your celebrations on our Facebook page. Join me next week where I'll have 2 new Skyhawks of the Week and lots more sporting action from around our local area. For Inside Durango Sports, I'm Jordan Alexander. See you next week.
Thanks for watching Inside Durango TV Sports. Tune in every Thursday for more sports headlines.